just going to say, if you want to skip forward to the start of of qualifying, please do, as I'm going to be using this time to set up the lobby. So of course, if you're watching after the fact, please do skip ahead. Don't feel bad that you've missed this first part of the stream. I'll catch you in a moment. Hello everyone, it's once again Tuesday night, and that can only mean one thing, that you have tuned into APPF1 Community Championship Tier 2 for what is the finale of the pre-season action. So I'm just waiting for everybody to get themselves in. I've got a few people who are running late or haven't added me yet, so I'm going to give them a bit of time. I've given an extra 5 minutes just for Max himself, TTV Max, who will be running late, so I do apologise for a slightly later start than scheduled. And of course everybody's flashing the ready up again. Brilliant. Gonna see what you can do from last, Sweeney, eh? I'm excited for this as well. Hopefully, if we can get everybody in, then yeah, it should be an interesting race. Well, I'm going to see if I can get more people in. Feel free to put down some predictions for the podium and for your pole man and everything, while I get everything sorted. Is this man in? I think he is. No, he's not. Hephaestus is in. Do I even have him? Oh, I do have Hephaestus. Whoops. I do have Hephaestus. I'm a stupid poop. Right, sorry, I'm just working on trying to get everybody else in. Sorry to blue screen you. Really soft mediums if you can. Who have I got on now? I've got Aaron. Who else have I got? Right, I'll tell you what, we'll check again in 5 minutes time just to get everybody else. A few people are missing, of course. I'll use this time to talk about the season to come. So, of course, sign up for the season has already opened in APPF1. We're not far off a full grid in Tier 2. So I can run through some teams, some guys to look out for. I think a lot of the drivers seem to be in there, in the cars they're going to go for. But let's run you through it while we're waiting. Give you that content there. Right, let's start. We'll start with Aston Martin, which will be going to Aaron and Bluey. That team up. Well, let's say that Bluey, the very well-known admin hunter, may be taking out his teammate a lot, but I wouldn't wish those non-finishes on anyone, but just saying. So yeah, Aston Martin have Aaron and Bluey. Starry and Pommy Alex, the two resident Aussies of the APPF1, are going to jump in the McLaren together, driving those orange cars around for the first season of the Tier 2 Championship. We'll see what those guys can do. TTV Max and Kington are going to be jumping in the Red Bulls for us. They're going to try and see if they can improve on the pace. They've not been regular podium finishers, but Max and Kington have both had their moments in previous seasons, so it's always going to be interesting to see what these young guys can do. Then in the Ferraris we will have Fishtack and Jackalacco, two new members of the community, both very fast, both good contenders for the midfield and the top places, so keep an eye on those guys during the championship. Next we're going to have the Williams pairing of Max and Sonic the German and the Germadian, German-Canadian, pairing up together. Sonic, an incredibly consistent racer, my forever teammate, great guy, he'll do well, I'm sure. Max, another great fast driver, my teammate for Tier 1, and I don't want to be biased, but I'm rooting for those guys going into the season. Alfa Romeo will have Emiliano and Ginger Prince. Certainly not two of the fastest drivers on the grid, but of course APPF1 has a positive point scoring system, so everybody's going to score points, and I suppose everyone will be rooting for the little guy to try and see what they can do in the championship. We have Mercedes with S-Man and Haras. Haras being one of the new members of the community, S-Man being one of the many veterans of the community. I'm not sure what Haras can do. I've not seen him racing. Hopefully we'll see him soon. S-Man, one of the unlucky drivers, a bit like me, except at least it's not every race. There's bad luck for S-Man. And finally, we have Alpine with Faceless Arm and QBV. QB, of course, my teammate for season 1 of the Sprint Championship. One of the few drivers who use no assists and does a very good job on those on that lack of assists, alongside Faceless Arm, who once again is a fast driver, but has at times been very unlucky with the races he's been involved in. So hopefully he'll be looking to turn it around coming into the season. Right, I'm going to try and get everyone else back in now, or the guys I'm missing in, and we'll get ourselves underway very, very shortly. Top 3 Championship Max, Sonic, MX. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I think. I think mine are going to be MX, Palf, Sonic. That's my top 3 for the overall championship. This should be interesting going forward with that. I'm just waiting on everybody else to jump on in. We shouldn't be too much longer. I do apologise for the wait. Gives me a chance to have my cup of tea before we get too far into this. Drink it while it's hot. That's the idea. Well, that's one good thing, Sweeney. I did remember my glass of water today, so I won't be getting a sore throat by the end. Thankfully, I've learned from my mistakes. What, MX is in? What the hell? It won't let me invite him. Oh no, there he is. He must have found his way back in. 19. Wow. Well, I mean, I wouldn't count as one of them, so it'd be 18, I guess. It's still a very good turnout, though. Right, I'm going to have one last check, and then I'm going to get it going. So I had a mouthful of biscuit. One last check of the grid. Tier 2 pre-season. Who am I missing? Is Pommy Alex in? Is there a Pommy Alex? Yeah, he's the top guy. Even Starry's in. Damn. Well, I think that's... we are missing a couple of guys. Well, there are a couple of guys who didn't add me. I'll check my... I'll check... very, very quickly check my people appearing offline. I don't want to be missing out on people. Nope. I got nothing. Right then. Let's get going. Be a good idea to stay at the back for quality with that grid. It might be. It is still on reduced safety car. Yes, so we should have less safety car interruptions during this race. Two, one. So welcome to what is the finale of the pre-season races here at Tier 2 of the APPF1 Championship. After a thrilling race at Belgium when once again the track seemed to get the better of a number of drivers, we hop across the Atlantic Ocean to Brazil for a race around Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace, otherwise known as Interlagos. 15 corners and a lap distance of 4.3 kilometers make up a circuit that has been host to many an epic final in real life and APPF1. Who can forget the thrilling battle for third between myself, Scott, Patterson and Palfs, which saw AP take third place behind the two Red Bulls of Ted and Vardy in the second season of the Sprint Championship. While points are not on offer for tonight's race, the drivers will want to show their mettle in this final race before the season kicks off next week. I'm glad to be bringing this race and the races yet to come, but before we can race, we must qualify. Let's see how they'll get on. That was a mouthful. It's like a bit of a graphical error there on the pit wall where the marshals are standing. It's a bit strange. But anyway, alas, we wait for the first cars to emerge from the pits as everyone's getting their setups ready and choosing what tyres to go on and having a look. So the first driver to come out looks to be a McLaren of Pommy Alex there, so he'll be getting the airtime. And qualifying is officially underway as the first of the drivers begin to leave the pit lane. We're going to have Pommy Alex following out. Who's that behind him? Is that a Haas? No, we don't have a Haas. Is it a Haas? No, but there is a Haas leaving. I don't know, I couldn't tell. But let me turn on all my bits and bobs here while we're waiting for the qualifying laps to start rolling on in. There we go. It looks like a Williams. And it's a Pommy Alex. I have to say was... well, Sweeney's been disqualified. Oh dear. It's not doing us commentators any favours. But of course he is trying to start from the back there. So Pommy Alex, yeah. Led briefly for the Belgian Grand Prix and was one of the many victims of Al Rouge. So he'll be looking to... he'll be looking for some redemption coming into this qualifying session and of course the race as he starts his hot lap. Let's ride on board with him and take you around a lap for Brazil then. So we're going to come down into turn 1, hard braking zone, don't get on the grass. We're going to come into the centre S's now. It's very important to get a good exit as you want to set yourself up nicely for this run onto what is the first of 2 points of DRS on this circuit along the back straight here, as we come down all the way into turn 4. Fairly quick left-hander, very flat out right, another flat out right-hander for turn 5, then coming in very quick touch of the brakes up into turn 6 and 7, and then 8, sharp braking zone. Want to get nice and tight. We want to sort of roll the car through here on this off, on this on cam. Is it off camber? I don't know. I can't remember. But this is the turn 10 where Lewis Hamilton took out Alex Albon in 2020. Or was it 2019? 2019. As he comes around the infamous turn 12, of course, site of the is that got going slowly? If you all remember that far back to 2008. As he comes all the way down the line, going to go tight to the wall to get the shorter distance to the line, and setting the initial pace of a 1:7.2. With Max not far behind with a 1:7.3 in the Williams. Right, who else is out on a qualifying lap? We're going to check in with, not Aces, this is teammate TTV Max, who's going to start a lap. Who's currently on a lap? I think Hephaestus is on a lap. Let's see, what's he going to do? A 1:8.1, so quite far off the back of MX and Pommy Alex here. So this looks like it could be quite a battle for pole position as Sonic puts in a 1:8.07. 1:8.7. It's sort of slowed down. Strange lap for Sonic. So it must have happened on his qualifying lap there. Who else is out on a lap right now? Let's ride on board with Aces, who looks like he's just started a lap. Aces, of course, very fast driver, one of the veterans of APPF1, and of course has sat on the podium a number of times and even challenged the likes of Vardy, the untouchable driver in APPF1. This has easily got the pace to win the race based on this time trial lap. It is a long race, and time trial isn't really a good display of what you can do in a race, what a setup can do in a race. Because of course there's no tyre wear, there's no field loss in time trial. You can't change anything other than the initial parts of the setup on the car. So whether his setup can go the distance with tyre wear, fuel management is another thing in itself. As Aces comes through sector 3, chucks the DRS on, looking for the fastest run down to the line as he goes tight to the pit wall, setting a 1:7.0, 0.2 faster than Pommy Alex, who he knocks down into second place and takes provisional pole on this first run there. Let's have a look. Let's see who else is out and about at the moment. S-Man looks as if he's on a lap. Let's follow on with S-Man and the AlphaTauri as he comes into sector 2 now. Well, starts into sector 2. Very technical part, sector 2. You've really got to think about where you're aiming for in terms of apexes, the sort of traction. I don't think he's actually on a lap. Where did somebody go far? As Max, TTV Max goes with a 7.3, a very good lap from him to put it up into P3 there. There's a few yellow flags on. There's a Mercedes and, oh dear, collision with Rick VI. So it looks like those two have come together and Rick is out of this qualifying session. Sorry to have missed that. Let's see if I can see anything. The car looks to be... Nah, it's gone now. That is a shame. Right then, let's see who else is out on a lap. Let's follow Fish Tech around for his lap. Oh no, he's going to pop it into the pits. Okay, who is that? Let's go on board with Aaron then, one of the admins there in the Aston Martin as he starts his lap coming down into the centre S's. Quali over. Yeah, it's just one of them things, I guess. I didn't see the incident, Max Gamer, but it's not good to be out of qualifying Of course, means you're going to be starting at the back, especially if you haven't set a time. So Aaron's going to coming in through the technical sector 2 on this flying lap. Oh, excuse me. Had some great races with Aaron. Over the time, he'll be looking to get himself up there with the likes of Pommy Alex, TTV Max, and MX. And looks like the grid looks like it might be separated between the guys who can put it into the 107s. I know Brazil can be a tough track as Aaron sits at 109.5, so not quite where he's going to want to be during this qualifying session. But he's got plenty of time to go out and set himself another lap. Did he go out on mediums? No, he didn't. He's out on the softs. Let's follow AP as he comes through. AP has been getting progressively faster. Not to say he wasn't fast to begin with, but of course he did switch from pad to wheel and has been flying in the early part of this year's game, where a lot of other drivers have really struggled to get to grips with the new handling model. And well, it's not really quite the handling model, but it's more so the tracks, as MX sets a 1.6.6, 4 tenths faster than Aces versus Kings, which puts him now on provisional pole. What a lap from MX. Ghost maybe being proven right as AP also ventures into the 1 minute 6s with a 1.6.9, so 3 tenths off Max's time there. So AP is going to be looking to challenge for pole position here at Brazil. One of his favourite tracks, of course. One of my favourite tracks, but it never seems to go well for me. Let's ride on board with Ghost, the Season 1 championship of the Sprint Championship, as he comes along Sector 3 to start his first flying lap of the session. He's going to be wanting to get up there with the rest of them, and if anyone can do it, it is Ghost. So let's see if he can get a clean lap. He's going to come down through the center S's into turn 3. There's a wheel there. There's a loose wheel just sat on the apex. That's crazy. Never seen that before. That must be what's left of Rick's car, as Aaron comes round turn 4 and 5 into the technical part of sector 2. God, thirsty already. Get the water up there. So then, those of you in the chat right now, watching the stream, of course, let's see some predictions for the top 3 on this qualifying session so far. It's going to be a tight one between some of the fast guys up there, as Ghost starts his run through sector 3. It's important to just carry as much speed as you can through there. Max was on his cooldown lap and I was on my fly. He wanted to switch the side of me on the track. He tried to switch, but I think he didn't see me, even though he knew I was behind him, as I let him through. That is that can happen, as Ghost sets a 1 minute 6.9, so 100th of a second splitting AP and Ghost there. So it's gonna be a tight fight for the pole position. I think Max might just get it if he can manage to improve on that time, but of course there's still plenty of time for the drivers to improve on the times at the moment. It is a very short lap around here, so 3 runs is more than doable at this circuit. Let's see, is Sonic on a lap? Looks like he is. Yes, as he's coming to the end of sector 1. Yeah, those things happen. I mean, it didn't seem like he did it on purpose. It seemed like an honest mistake from Max, but it's never good to happen in a qualifying session, especially when you've not got yourself a bank of time down, so you can't guarantee yourself to not be in last place effectively. As Sonic comes round that cambered corner up into that tight braking zone, up the hill, to come back down the hill and sweep to the end of sector 2, coming into turn 12, looking for a nice clean exit through there, as that's going to propel him down through sector 3 up to the line. Let's see what sort of time he's going to get as he comes through sector 3. He's going to jump into the pit stand instead. Looks like he might have improved on that time. I didn't see, to be honest. I was too busy reading the chat. I felt like going for pole instead. Yeah, you're still 3/10 off, guys. So you've still got a lot of work to do. Don't discount Max at all. He's a very fast driver when he wants to be. Let's see who else is out. Aces is out on an outlap now, so he'll be looking to try and get probably 1 or 2 more runs in here. Starry, let's ride on board with Starry, my Season 2 teammate. He's been looking fast on this year's game. He has been putting in some good times. Of course, being one of the resident Aussies and actually living in Australia, other than I don't think Pommy Alex does, I can't remember. Doesn't have the most stable of cars in terms of connection, but it's raceable. And he has been showing a bit of promise in the early stages of F1 2021. Yeah, Copenhagen, yeah. That was it. Obviously the 2 resident Aussies teaming up in the McLarens, as I said before the start of qualifying here. So Starry, can he put a time close to his teammate? A 1 minute 8.7, so about 2 seconds off of his teammate there. Not the best lap from Starry there, but there's still a bit of... if he gets into the pits quick enough, he might just be able to come out on another run. As the leaders are now going to come out on hot laps. As Pommy Alex is... Did he do that before? I can't remember. He's ventured into the... yeah, he must have done it on his second run. So he has also ventured into the 1 minute 60. So very, very close between 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th place. Less than a 1/10 of a second separate these guys. Just about, I think. Let me have a look. It wouldn't be that one, would it? Fastest lap. Yeah, less than a 1/10 of a second separate those guys. It's going to be a very, very close fight for that second slot on the front row. But it could also be for that pole position, as Max isn't quite untouchable yet, I don't think. So we're going to keep an eye on these guys. Who is the first of these runners here? It looks like... Oh, it looks like Pommy Alex has had a bad outlap. And it's alright, as long as he hasn't picked up any damage, he should be okay. It looks like the car's fine. We're going to watch Ghost as he comes around, I think, to complete his lap. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he's coming to complete that lap, so he's going to run as tight to the pit wall as he can to minimise the distance. Ghost will put in a 1 minute 6.4. Can Max do anything to swipe pole position? As he comes up to the line, what could he do? A 1 minute 6.5. So Ghost has snatched it by 1/10 of a second. I'm not sure there'll be enough time for drivers to get back out, but there are still plenty of drivers coming in, being able to go and set a lap. I don't think Aces is going to try and set a lap here. Pommy Alex is on a lap now, so let's watch him as AP is still on his out lap. So this is the fight for pole position in this qualifying session. EBP, bit of traffic on Pommy Alex's lap. Oh, commiserations. That's going to ruin his run there. That is a shame for Pommy Alex. I really feel for him there, not getting it. He might be able to get the lap in if he's lucky, but there's... yeah, he should be able to get back another lap in. He might not have as much tyre wear as he wanted, as Aces is leaving the pits by the looks of things, as AP's coming through Sector 2 now. Starting to get a bit hot. Let me turn that on. Well, he's going to be looking for a nice clean run. A lot of time can be found here in Sector 2, as I myself have found out during previous qualifying sessions here. There should be a thrilling race. The racing at Brazil is always quality, especially in real life. As TTV Max is retired, there's a Haas off the circuit, but AP's coming now across the line to finish his final run of this qualifying session. Can he get himself up there amongst the guys at the front? Not enough. Not much. Not enough of an improvement. It puts him away from the danger zone of Pommy Alex, who looks as if he is on a lap trying to get some redemption. I don't think Aces is going to make it. Aces hasn't got enough time to get to the line, I think. He might be okay, but I feel like that's his qualifying session over. I'll keep an eye on it. As he crosses the line, he might just get a run in, I think. But Pommy Alex, he's going to finish off his run, so he'll be the first to officially finish qualifying on track. As he fails to... What's going on? There's a constant yellow flag. There's a McLaren off. I thought Pommy Alex was on a lap. I think he's on a lap now. He's got a 10th improvement on his time. Aces is in front of him. I don't know if he's... Oh no, he's behind him, sorry. I'm losing the plot here. Right, there we go. So we do have now the finishes on screen. I'm not sure what was going on. It wasn't showing me who had and hadn't finished. Yeah, the stream will be ahead, mate. It works like that. I don't know. I don't deal in this stuff all that often. I just come on and commentate on the racing. As a Pommy Alex is looking 6 thousandths up on his time through sector 2 there. He's going to come through sector 3. He's going to be looking to try and get onto the front row if he can, and maybe knock Palfs down into 4th place. He's going to come across the line. Not an improvement from him, so he's not going to improve. Aces is going to peel into the pit, so he's happy with 5th place. As that is the end of qualifying. So then, quite a thrilling qualifying session. The top 4 all jostling and top 5 all jostling and fighting for that 1st place. Fish Tech has managed to sneak up into 6th place. I must have missed that, but that's a good qualifying result from him. Hephaestus, good quality result for him, putting it in 7th place. Sonic not quite being able to find the times like the guys at the front there. Pardon me. To get himself up in the top 5, but P8 is not a bad place to be starting at all. The field is sandwiched by Red Bulls. Yeah, it is. It sure is. The Red Bulls are the bread of a multicoloured F1 car grid sandwich. So there we go then. That is your qualifying. Those are your qualifiers for the finale of the pre-season race here at Brazil. The finale of the pre-season. There we go. I'm struggling to get my words out at the moment. But Ghost is going to put it on pole then, and joined alongside him will be MX. These two will be looking to get off to a flying start, but they can't forget about AP and Pommy Alex behind them, and Aces versus Kings and Fish Tech sat in 5th place. Throughout the field, Max has got himself a 5 position grid penalty for that collision with Rick, so that's going to drop him outside of the top 10 there. But we'll run through the order again as we go through on the formation lap. But if qualifying has told us anything, is that this race could be very interesting indeed. Ghost, AP and Aces for a podium. In any order. Yeah. Perhaps Ghost. I'm going to go with Ghost, AP, Pommy Alex. I'm going to say it. I think after the bad luck he had last week, I don't know what's going on with my camera. I can't change the camera type for some reason. Something weird's going on. I can't change the camera type. Ah, there we go. Alright, then we get everything set up. Once again, let's get telemetry on, set time on, right, lovely. Right then, so of course Ghost is gonna lead the group off at the lights, with Max slowly closely following behind him. Max, very quick driver, one of the new guys, and has already set himself as one of the contenders for the seasons to come. Story has been disqualified from this formation lap somehow. AP sat there in third place. He'll be looking to try and jump these guys at the start. It looks like it might. I'm going to say we're going to probably have a nice 5-car battle between the top 5 here. All these guys very, very fast, very, very hungry for the wins. Pommy Alex, of course, having some awful luck around Belgium, losing the car around Eau Rouge, ruining his chance at a race win on his second race in Tier 2 and with APPF1. Aces, of course, he'll be looking to get himself up there. He won't give any quarter with his racing. He will try and get those positions when and where he can. Fish Tech, he'll be one to watch for sure as he slips around as he comes around in 6th place with a Faistus and Sonic coming behind in 7th and 8th, Womax in 9th, Starry 10th, QB 11th, Aaron 12th, S-Man 13th, Max 13th, 14th, Miliano 15th, Zuba 16th, Rick E 17th, and Sweeney's my fellow commentator at the back. Let's have a quick look at tyre strategy then as we line the grid up. So a lot of the guys on the start opting for the mediums. A few drivers opted for the hard tyres. So that would be one to watch. They won't be very good on the opening laps, I'm sure. It's a very interesting strategy. The medium runners will be drivers to watch as we get later on into this race. But right then, here we go. We're going to go for 5 red lights at the start of this Grand Prix. And once again, we have a halted start because the game, so we're not going to see it until now. Lights out and away we go as Ghost gets a good start. He's going to fend off Max, who's coming up behind him, and they're going to slot in to all come down through the S's. There's a battle here. AP and Aces. There's a big pile up here as AP and Aces get themselves tangled up in some horrible incident. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but Aces is spun around. He's not going to be happy with that. So it's going to promote Alex up into P3. And Sonic has been the big winner from all this. He's gone from P7 or 8 up into 4th position. So he's been the big winner. There's no safety car, but there'll definitely be some damage throughout the guys around the back of the grid there. Let's have a look as Ricky is looking to get himself up in front of Aaron, but the Red Bull of Sweeney's is going to go round the outside and have the inside of the corner. Coming up to turn 10 now. He's going to continue to battle with Rick. Rick dives Aaron for the inside. What's incredible racing in the midfield here as Rick gets the place. What a dive from Rick there to claim P7. There's so much going on. Starry getting a decent start as well from 10th up into the second. I'm sure the incident between the guys in front would have helped him as Rick gets himself past Starry into P6 now. So this is going to be the battle to watch for now, I think, as these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars battle with 2 straggling behind us. Sweeney now gets himself up to P7. Not just a commentator, but a fierce racer as well as S-Man has crashed out at turn 3. A few guys into the pits, repairing the damage. Aces is into the pits there. Was he into the pits? No, he is coming around. It doesn't look like he had any damage. AP, horrible start for AP there as he gets himself up past Fish Tech. And we are under a virtual safety car now for S-Man's retirement. An electric start for all the drivers. So much going on. Incidents at the front between 2 of the contenders. Battles in the midfield. This is going to be one hell of a brawl between these guys, I think. Let's have a look. Detail. Position changes. So Rick and Sweeney gaining 11 places off the line, but Sonic, what a start from him. Coming down from P8 into P4 there. Obviously helped out by the incident between the guys at the front, as some weird stuff is happening as Pommy Alex and her Faistus aren't coming to the pits. Going to take advantage of this safety car as AP joins them as well. So these guys, they're going to be looking to get onto probably the hard tyre. I think the hard tyre is what I'd be going for at this moment. It looks like hards for Pomianix and AP, and mediums for Ophasis as we get back to green flag racing. So we're going to carry on with this fight up here. Rick has managed to break away from Sweeney as TTV Max is now sniffing around the back with Starry and QB not far behind. There's a few drivers starting to stretch their legs. What have you missed? Well, there was an electric start between a lot of these guys. Sonic getting himself way up there, and a big incident between AP and Aces. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but there was a massive pile up between a lot of cars, and a lot of drivers have managed to win out between it. AP looks like he's going to be going for a comeback drive once again. He managed to do it around Belgium, so I think I wouldn't rule him out for doing that. Aces will be looking to go on a comeback drive as Rick sets the fastest lap on those medium tyres, 112.9. That's definitely not the fastest we're going to see today, not by a long shot, as Max is sniffing up around the back as he's going to get DRS coming onto the back straight now on Sweeney. He's going to look to the inside. He's not quite going to have the pace. Sweeney's going to defend to the inside as Max is going to look and see if he can get him around the outside. This is great racing, no contact between them. Max run off the road a little bit there, but Sweeney's going to keep the position as they come down into the technical part of Sector 2. Great racing between those guys. Plenty of space shown between them as Aaron now is looking to get himself past Zuber. He's going to look to the outside. He's going to think better of it. He's going to wait for the braking zone perhaps and sneak up the inside, is he? No, not quite. He's going to think better of that one as well. He's maybe going to look to get the better run around the corner. Very slow this Sector 2. Epi says he doesn't think he would go on the podium as he doesn't like this circuit. Oh dear. May have said that as his favourite, so I couldn't remember, to be honest. His favourite, I know his favourite, one of his favourites is Bahrain, but I suppose I forgot, as something has happened to AP. No, don't rule yourself out like that, AP. There was always a safety car as Aaron goes way off the circuit to get past Zuber there. I'm not sure what happened. I was looking at the live chat, not the racing. I do apologise. So Aaron is going to once again try and get past as Max gets past Sweeney in a battle. They're going to go wheel to wheel. Max is going to be run himself off the road, but he's going to claim the position. I'm not sure if he got an illegal overtake for that, but if he did, he will have to give the position back. Aaron still chasing Zuber. He's trying to get round the outside on Zuber, who's on the hard tyre and much slower. Aaron running off the road. He's going to look to the outside. He's going to try and sweep all the way around. And he's going to claim the inside for the next corner and claim the position, with Fishtech also sneaking up behind him. So these two are going to be battling with Fishtech on the soft tyre. Well, Aaron is on the hard tyre, on the medium tyre. So there is a significant tyre advantage as the safety car is out for Emiliano crashing at turn 5. There you go, AP. You never want to rule yourself out for this, I think. Safety cars change races, and it's lap 5 of 36. You know, I may find myself at the back a lot, but what I do also find myself with is a lot of spirit and confidence to carry on racing no matter the situation. So don't rule yourself out yet, AP. Don't worry about it. There's plenty of chances as the field's going to get bunched up now. So Sonic and Max showing themselves to be a great team there. Of course, Sweeney I won't be racing in Tier 2, but he's doing a great job for Red Bull as Rick in the Alpine is also putting in a great showing today. Let's hope he can keep it on the circuit. Drive through for speeding under safety car. We've been there, all been there. I've been there too many times. And Sonic is going to peel into the pits. They're going to try and double stack here. Is there enough of a gap between them? Let's keep an eye on this as Max comes into his pit box. Puts on the medium tyres. And Sonic's going to come in time to perfection between the Williams pair. Got wing damage turn 1. Did anyone see what happened? Well, I mean, I wasn't watching, but I'm gonna have to watch that back. Let's ride on board with Rick as he's leading the group there. As Rick and Sweeney on the alternate strategy are in a good position, kind of. They're gonna be on the older tyres between everyone, as everyone's switching onto new tyres for the longest part of this race. I think the guys on the hards, they might have a certain edge, as the hards should make it to the end of this race. I'm not sure, I've not tried it on this year's game yet. But anyone on mediums is going to have to switch to the softs. Perhaps Rick may be looking to switch to the hards. I didn't quite catch AP the comeback kid, yeah, but that drive-through penalty, it's really gonna stunt any sort of comeback he would have wanted to get in this race. So let me go back a little bit. Let me see if I can't catch the drama of lap 1 and try and get a clear understanding of what exactly happened. Let's have a look. So that's the race start. Come round the corner. As it looked like one of the cars in that fight, perhaps AP or Aces, one of them might have lost the rear end of the car, which caused other drivers to slow down to avoid hitting, which then of course led to the cars piling up. So that is the clearest understanding I can get of the incident that happened there. Unfortunate to have been caught in it, but that is the nature of racing, especially as we come into racing for points. Zesman joins back. I'm not sure what happened there. Right then, so I think the safety car I think we're going to have, this will be the last lap, I think, as AP catches on. Fishtech should catch on by the time they reach turn 9, or perhaps turn 10. Yeah, I've got a feeling the safety car is going to come in this lap. 5 seconds for severe collision with Aces from AP. It's not his day today, is it? As, yeah, the safety car does come in this lap, as I've so rightly predicted. So Rick has now got to control the pace as the safety car rushes for the pit lane. He's got from now till the line to punch it. Will he try and catch out the other guys? He's got Sweeney and Ghost there. They're going to be looking to try and jump Rick off the start. Sweeney and Rick have had some great battles, and they're starting laps as Rick does go and almost catches Sweeney. Ghost goes all 4 wheels off the track to try and get past his teammate there, as they're all going to come. It looks like he's going to be 3 wide into turn 1 as we go into the centre S's. Great racing between these guys. They're showing a lot of space as Rick's going to run wide a bit, and Sweeney's going to get the position. He's going to move up into first as Rick goes round and into the wall. That's got to be a safety car. The car can't carry on like that, surely. Yellow flag is set to 1 and 2. Fishtech and Aces serving their drive-through penalties. It's the 2 Red Bulls. This is a familiar sight from Sprint Race Tier 1. Sprint Championship Season 2. But these guys are going to be looking to race Max with a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Unlucky for him. Ace is trying to get himself back up. He'll have a 5-second penalty for that collision with AP under the safety car. Ace is going to get up the inside of Womax. He's going to claim 10th position. He's going to be looking to get himself up the field to try and claw something back from this race. Unfortunate for him and some of the other guys as Fishtech gets past AP. This is an insane race. I'm really trying to keep it up with everybody as there's battles up and down the grid at the moment after the safety car restart, as Sonic tries to defend from QB. QB is going to have to slot in behind Sonic as he claims the inside line. He's got the McLaren of Pommy Alex behind him as well. This is an insane battle. There's another battle between a Hassan and McLaren up ahead. The face is going to back out, not going to go on for the move on Starry on the hard tyres there. The two Red Bulls look like they're happy to just run away with this. Max is going to want to try and close up, but they will definitely be working together to get themselves higher up and further away from the guys behind. But Max is slowly closing in, so we'll keep an eye on that as we're watching the action in the midfield here. Hephaestus and QB having a good run of it after the safety car restart, but of course not everybody has come in for tyres. I think, let's have a look at stops. So QB, Starry, who gets a penalty for corner cutting, and Sweeney are all yet to stop. So a number of drivers have come in, but I think anybody on the mediums is going to have to stop again. As we go again for another battle, and that's Sonic. Sonic out of this race. He spins. I didn't quite catch what happened. No, he's still in. He's still in, I think. What is happening? Yeah, Sonic's car is still going. That was a big crash, though. He's very lucky to be carrying on with the race there. I'm not quite sure what happened. I just caught that on the back on the corner of my eye as Faces looks to the inside of Starry. He's going to claim the position as they come through turn 4. But Starry now losing the car and into the wall. What is going on? So many drivers losing it. Again, the track seems to be getting the better of drivers as Starry is now the 4th retiree of this race. Is Rick? Oh yeah, of course Rick's out of this race. I think. Did I see that? I don't remember seeing that. Yeah, it does look like a bit of a demolition derby at the moment. Not quite in terms of cars hitting each other. But Max has caught up onto the back of Sweeney and Ghost now. So he'll be looking to attack where he can. He's got 4 seconds of the guys behind him. So he should be safe from them. Let's catch on with this battle here now as drivers are just getting claimed by the circuit. Pommy Alex is going to look to the inside of Hephaestus. He's going to claim the corner a little bit tight there, but manages to keep it as clean as possible as Hephaestus' arm gets a penalty for a free-taking penalty for corner cutting. God, I'm very glad I've got this water with me today. There's so much going on. Maybe we should have another pre-season race. We need practice. It would be an idea, but of course it's not quite up to me. There's a big train there behind Pommy Alex, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. We're going to have to keep an eye on the action as the top 3 are going to be battling MX versus the 2 Red Bulls. Sonic lucky to be carrying on in this race, but he is going to be down there with AP in no man's land. Unfortunate for him that incident there. Sonic does seem to get a lot of bad luck, just like as I do in these races. As Womax now is getting on in the fight, he's going to be looking to try and get up past TTV Max. He's looking around the outside, but Max is going to claim the corner and get the run down through into the DRS zone. Max won't have DRS, I think. I don't know, I can't quite tell. There's Womax. Yeah, he's going to get past now. Gets past Max. Max is going to try and look around the outside, but Womax claiming the corner on the inside line there on the soft tyre, so he will definitely have to stop again. Both Red Bulls. Yeah, it does look like both Red Bulls. Rick lost it when in battle with Sweeney and someone else. I didn't quite catch that. Well, that is unfortunate for Rick. I don't know if I did catch it. There's so much going on. I'm struggling to keep up at the moment. Zuba trying to get back past Aaron there. These two were battling before the safety car came out. So these two look like they're going to continue that fight onwards as Aaron runs wide, letting Zuba past. Unfortunate run through turn 12 for Aaron there. Let's run back to this fight because Womax is closing and closing on Hephaestus' arm. He's going to look to the inside into turn 1. Is he going to get the corner? Oh, Hephaestus is going to hold on. He's going to lose the car a little bit. A 3-second time penalty again for Max. We'll have a look at the penalties a bit later as these 3 are going to be battling into the DRS zone now. Womax looking up the inside for turn 4. He's going to get the position. Max is going to try and dive himself around there. Is he? Not quite. Lucky there's not contact there, but good racing from those guys. God. Sonic setting the fastest lap of the race there, 109.1, so he'll be looking to try and get himself back in. He'll be praying for a safety car as Max gets himself past the Faceless Arm, through turn 9 and up into turn 10 now. He'll be looking to try and chase after Womax. Pommy Alex getting himself back up there, back into 4th place where he qualified. I think he qualified in 4th, I can't quite remember. But there's still a battle going on between the leaders, as it looks like the fights along the midfield are starting to calm down a little bit, except the Faceless is going to be looking to try and get his way past TTV Max here. Can he have it? Has he got anywhere to go? Not quite. Not quite. As Ghost and Sweeney have been, look like they're swapping positions, doing what Charles Leclerc and Alex Albon did during the virtual Grand Prix of 2020. Trying to work together to get themselves away, as Womax is now right on the back of Pommy Alex, as there is another yellow flag in sector 1. It looks like that was for QB, who's dropping down like a stone, as Max and Sweeney, I've missed that, but Max and Sweeney look like they've had some sort of coming together there in turn 8. Unfortunately I missed that, but that is going to mean that the gap at the front is going to be spread out now, so these guys have to try and work together, but of course try and put in the laps to try and get themselves back in for a fight. It looks like the Red Bulls, though, they might just run away with this race with that 3-second penalty now looming over MX there. Unfortunate for the Williams pairing. Not the best day at the races. Womax has not got a lot of VRS. He's going to look to the outside on turn 1 here on Pommy Alex. Not quite going to find what he was looking for there, but he's going to set himself up for the run down the DRS straight toward turn 4. This is where he's been getting positions. He's going to get on the inside on those soft tyres. He's going to get himself past Pommy Alex and up into P4. Pommy Alex will be looking to try and get back on him. Womax will have to come in, of course. And Womax doesn't have a lot of DRS. He's going to put his nose around the outside, think better off it and back off and follow him through sector 2 there. So there's another battle going on at the back of the grid here. Let's try and have a look at that, as Aaron and Zuber are once again clashing in the midfield. And there's Max 2/10 off the back of Pommy Alex now. He's caught up onto this fight for P4. So this is the battle. Max is looking for a way past Pommy Alex. Womax is slowly pulling himself away. So it's now, instead of a fight for P4, it's a fight for P5 between Max and Pommy Alex. Max is going to look to the inside. Yes, he is. He's going to go dive up the inside of turn 4, but Pommy Alex is going to get the switch back through turn 5 as they come into sector 2, but Max gets the better exit and he's going to speed up into turn 6. There's a bit of contact between them, not any damage though. Max runs wide, gets another time penalty as Pommy Alex tries to stick it round the outside through turn 8 up into that's turn 9, sorry. And he's going to get the position back off of Max there, who didn't have the best run in sector 2. Faceless is now caught up onto the back of this as well. He's going to be looking to get himself up past Max as they go. They bang wheels through turn 11 there, and Max runs wide onto the curb at turn 12. That's going to slow him down significantly now. Zuber and Aaron still going at it, still battling down there in the midfield as the field seems to be stretching its legs. Each driver stretching its legs as Max comes into the pits. Does he have any damage? I'm uncertain. Are they going to go for a ring change at Mercedes? Yes, they are. Very dirty ring there. They'll chuck a new one on Max's car. Running into the back of Pommy Alex, not doing him any favours as Zuber and Aaron are going to continue to fight down here for P8. And looks like Aces is catching up onto the back of Hephaestus, so he's having a good comeback drive. There's still plenty of laps to go. Max looks like he might have spun in sector 1 there. Not quite sure what happened. This is the only really battle now. Looks like the race has sort of calmed itself down. A lot of action in the first half of this race, but we're now into the mid part of the race now. So we're going to be seeing perhaps a lot of the medium tyre runners coming into the pits as the face just peels off into the pits now. Let's keep an eye on the tyre strategy for everybody now, as Max has put on the hards along with QB, so they'll be going to the end of the race on those tyres. It's going to be hard to avoid the two-stop. Definitely had the pace of the podium. Yeah, you did, mate, for sure. You were really up there fighting, but incidents happen, and it's just, there's not much you can do about it. Once they happen, they happen. You just got to hope and pray that you're able to keep the car running, and if not, you've got to take it on the chin and focus on the next race coming up. There's not much you can do about it. As Aces is going to be looking to now chase down Pommy Alex and Max as he spins coming through turn 10. That is unfortunate for him. He's going to try and get himself back on the track. Fortunately, Ghosting's not to interrupt Zuber and Aaron, who find themselves down P5 and P6, as these two are still fighting away there in the midfield. Aaron's going to try and get a run now on Zuber. Can he get? Does he have the speed to get him? Zuber defends to the inside. Aaron's not going to quite close up on him, but that's all right. He just needs to get himself a good run through the center S's and a good exit through turn 3 to get himself on the back of Zuber again, coming into the first of the two DRS zones. So Aaron's going to open up that DRS. He's going to get himself into the slipstream. Is he going to look to the inside for turn 4? No, not quite. He's going to stay with on the back of Zuber and hope that he can get a good exit out of turn 12 to try and claim the position there. So it's like Max has been lapped there. It looks like he might have had a couple of journeys into the pits. That is unfortunate for him. 3-second time penalty for Hephaestus. Would have been racing. You know, sometimes I do enjoy being at the back of the grid. It's quiet. We're going to have to focus as Pommy Alex has got in front of Sweeney, because Sweeney's coming to the pit lane there, followed by Zuber. Aaron's going to get up into P5. So Sweeney looking to take those softs to the end of the race. It's going to be, it's doable. They're not going to feel great on the last sort of 4 or 5 laps. And Zuber serving his time penalty there. So a long stop for him. That's going to drop him way down the order. Sonic gets himself into the top 10, but 9 laps on those soft tyres. He will have to stop again. Right, let's have a look at the penalties then. So Max with 6 seconds, Aaron with 3, Aces with 5 for that collision under safety car. Hephaestus with 6. AP's managed to serve all of his penalties, but he's way down the order, nowhere near any of the other drivers in the top 10. As QB gets himself a penalty now, and TTV Max with 9 seconds of penalties. So that is how that will affect. We'll have another update on those toward the end of the race here. But there's not a lot of action going on anymore. We've had a jam-packed first half of the race, and now it's all died down as everybody's sort of spreading out and getting onto the latter stages of their strategies. So we could see a few position changes as drivers are going to be looking to come in. Some drivers will have to come in and stop. Sweeney's definitely going to have to come in. He might have to come in again actually for another set of softs. I don't know if he will. Ghost may end up coming in again. MX, Pommy Alex, MX getting himself staying in P2 there even after that spin. Pommy Alex on the podium. I think that was my podium prediction. Actually, Ghost, Max and Pommy Alex. So fingers crossed it stays like this, especially for Pommy Alex, who definitely deserved a win as Aces goes off again at turn 10. That is not his favourite corner. Obviously, as he's gone there again, that is unfortunate for Aces. He's been trying to claw back something after that horrendous first lap. That's a cool shot. Sweeney puts in the fastest lap of the race so far at 1 minute 8.5. So the two Ferraris there look like they're going to start getting themselves into a bit of a fight now, so we'll keep an eye on that. Sweeney is catching up onto the back of his teammate here. Let's see if he lets him past. Oh dear. Aces right on the back of Hephaestus' arm there. After that spin, I'm sure he'll get himself past. Let's check in on that. Where are they? They're coming through sector 2 now, so there won't be an overtake here. I think these two are happy to work together, I think. Ghost may have come in recently. These two... I think the guys ahead of them, they will need to pit. So... as I say that, Max does, of course, jump into the pits. He's going for the soft tyre, so he'll have fresh soft, so he'll be looking to push to try and get himself back onto the podium. Tommy Alex, he'll probably be having to come in again as well. What tyres is he on right now? Yeah, you can see those Red Bulls looming in the distance. He's on the hard tyres. Those tyres are not going to be not feeling nice right now. He'll probably be looking to get himself onto the soft tyres as there's a yellow flag for a little something in turn 3 there. And Sonic is going to fight Hephaestus' arm here. There's going to be a 3-car battle is there. Yes, Sonic gets himself past Hephaestus' arm. He's going to look to dive up the inside of Aces, but he's not quite going to make that move. He's going to hang back and sit in the slipstream of Aces as Hephaestus follows him through. So Sonic looking to claw something back here in this race. The two Red Bulls looking to try and surmount a 1-2 for this. Hephaestus gets past Sonic again. So Sonic's struggling a little bit, perhaps drew it through sector 2 there as Hephaestus gets himself past. A little bit of wheel banging between them, I saw. Pommy Alex getting a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as Ghost sets the fastest lap as Pommy Alex peels into the pits for fresh soft tyres. So can Max and Pommy Alex, who are going to be fighting for that last step on the podium, can both of them get on the back of those Red Bulls? We will have to see as we come into the closing stages of this race with just over 10 laps to go. As Zuba gets himself past Sonic, what is up? He's into the pits again. Did he get damaged during that fighting? Looks like they've got a wing for him. No. Just going on to another set of softs, and he must have been on, those softs must have been on the end of their life there. That's why he was struggling to keep Hephaestus and behind and fight with Aces there. Although the energy levels have gone a bit down as the race has sort of come to a bit of a slump. We're just sort of trying to find the battles as they come. As QB gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So over half of the remaining drivers now with time penalties for various reasons. With Pommy Alex getting himself one now as well. So this is going to be a fight between Max and Pommy Alex, I think. I don't think they can challenge the Red Bulls. They've got themselves a 1-2 here. We might have to look out, see if those two have themselves a little fight. Max with 6 seconds and Pommy Alex with 5. So all Pommy Alex will need to do for that podium position is to get within a second of MX to get himself up there. As Pommy Alex is going to be looking to get himself past Fish Check. He's going to go round the outside with the DRS. He's going to get the move done before they even reach the corner as he sets the fastest sector 1. So Pommy Alex really putting in the laps here to try and catch on. Max is falling back from the lead pair. Those two are working together and it is paying off for them both. Hephaestus on the back of Aces once again, who's not been having the greatest of races there. Got caught up in the carnage at turn 1. Has been spinning on multiple occasions through this corner here. Hopefully he doesn't do it again. It's just not been his day today, and I definitely feel for him. It's not my day for most of the times I'm racing, but we still carry on. Does Paul Alex still fastest lap of the race? Yes, he does, on 1 minute 8.1. So he's really putting in the work on those fresh soft tyres. Another battle here. We've got a three-way battle. Here we go. Something interesting happening is Faces looks to the outside of Aces, who defends the inside line. He's going to sweep round, a bit of contact as they go both into the wall. Aces has not had a good day as Faces sets to the track. If I'm Aces right now, I'm not going to be happy. I can just about hear Aces. I've been in a party of Aces a few times. He won't be happy with that at all. And fair play to him. He's had a rough one. As Sonic in the pits again. Bad race for a lot of the drivers here. The Red Bull's just running away with it. But Pommy Alex closing and closing on MX here. I'm really hoping he gets himself onto the podium, because he definitely deserves it. Sonic down to the back now. Let's check in with AP. He's just cruising. This is a good time for him to learn the track, perhaps getting some practice for further races down the line. Perhaps he can turn this track from a track he doesn't enjoy to one he enjoys. For Aces, yeah, he's had some awful luck in this race, for sure. A lot of drivers have been hit with bad luck. Thankfully, there are less retirements in this race, and we've only had one safety car as well. So the racing has been uninterrupted, as there is Aces retiring. Yeah, he's had enough. He's packing up. He's done for the night. I don't blame him at all. He's had an awful run of it, as the two Ferraris, they look like they might be about to have a little tussle between the two of them, or they're going to work together. Aaron on the back of a Faces arm. He's been battling away on the lower end of the top 10 here all race. He's been having a fairly action-packed race for himself, I suppose, as we approach the the last 10, 11, well, last 6 laps or so of the race. And a VSC. Oh yeah, we did have a VSC, yep, right at the start there for that instant at turn 1. Lots happening in this race here. Fishtech and Womack still fighting. Looks like Womack's got himself in front of his teammate. I didn't quite catch that. Sweeney and Ghost just running away with it. Pommy Alex is closing and closing on MX. He just needs to avoid himself from getting any more penalties in order to try and get in front of him. I am rooting for Pommy Alex to get himself on that podium, to complete my, not quite complete my podium prediction actually, as Sweeney's has found his way onto the podium. Definitely going to get himself driver of the day, as long as Sweeney can keep it clean. He's got no ERS, but he's not worried about it. He's got the DRS from Ghost, and Ghost has got the DRS from the lap car of Max, so it's not a problem. These guys just cruising. They're just pulling each other along, staying within that 1 second gap and getting themselves down that guaranteed 1-2 for Red Bull. So if there were points on order, Red Bull would be having a blast today, but unfortunately there's no points for this final pre-season race. And what a belter we've had so far. There's still a few laps to go. There's still time for maybe one more safety car, who knows. But it's looking like the race has finally settled down, as Hephaestus is going to try and get his way past Aaron in this fight. Aaron must have got himself past. Hephaestus having a good run on those hard tyres there. He looks like he's got a lot of pace. Finished my first stint properly. I've been there, mate. Don't worry about it. I completed 1 lap of the first race around Monza, so don't worry about it. I had a decent qualifying. Got a bit offline, and that was it. That was me done. Pommy Alex slowly creeping now. I'm watching this gap like a hawk. I really want to see if Pommy Alex can get himself onto the podium. He does deserve it. I think he's had a wonderful race here, and I think out of all the drivers today, I think Pommy Alex, he's going to get my driver of the day for sure. But unfortunate for a lot of the other guys. Incidents are a nightmare during the races. Pommy Alex is closing within that 1 second gap, so he might even take it on track if he gets the chance. Max will be... let's have a look. Let's see what Max has got. Yeah, Pommy Alex with a lot of ERS in. Max has been using his ERS, trying to catch up. It's not quite been working as Max gets more time penalties for corner cutting. So that's 15 seconds of penalties. Pommy Alex is going to have the advantage here as he's got more ERS than his rival MX. So these two are going to be fighting in this latter stage of the race. This is the pump of excitement we needed as we came into the latter stages now. 4 of the last 14 races I do of APPF1, including the 5 lappers. Talk about being unlucky. Yeah. I completely understand about the luck. Don't worry about it. So Pommy Alex has got himself within a 10th now. As the Red Bulls continue to control this race. As Pommy Alex has got himself another time penalty. That's not doing him any favours. He needs to get past MX and get a nice 2 second gap if he's going to try and get that podium. He's going to have the DRS. This is what we're interested in now. This fight for P3 that has come at us in the last 3 laps of this race. Max with very little ERS to defend with and stake his claim as they come winding down the centre S's. Pommy Alex looking for that clean exit. Going a bit wide on turn 3 there, so he's not going to get the best exit as Max defends to the inside. They're just going to slot in behind. They're just going to follow each other through sector 2 now. This is great stuff to be having toward the end of this race. I think Pommy Alex will be hoping and praying that MX gets himself another time penalty. He just puts that third, just puts one of those wheels a little bit too far off, puts those wheels a little bit too far over the white line, so he gets another penalty so he can keep the position. But it looks like Pommy Alex is going to get it on track. Max tries to defend to the inside. He's all over the back. He's pushing him through. He's going to get the DRS. Here he comes, and Max is going to defend the inside. He's going to white line him. He's going to go round the outside, and he's going to claim the position with DRS and ERS. They've both got now around an equal amount of ERS, but Pommy Alex has to try and run away and produce some sort of gap from MX if he's going to keep that position, if he's going to get on the podium. And of course he can't have a repeat of Belgium either, as that would be awful for the Australian. Faced us an hour and still battling down there, but penalties have decided that one, and penalties look like they're going to decide this one as Aaron gets another 3 second time penalty. Commentator's curse. Keep it clean, Palfs. Yeah, I suppose every cloud and all that, coming away from a race with no penalties always feels good when the majority of drivers in the race have come away with some sort of time penalty for something. Sitting down there in P12. Not the race he was probably hoping for tonight, but that is the nature of racing. You get caught out on with some bad luck, you know, you're bound for not the ideal race, I suppose. As we're on this penultimate lap, Pommy Alex doesn't look like he's got enough left in. Excuse me, it doesn't look like he's got enough left in him to try and pull away from MX. They've got very little ERS between them. MX just staying nice and clean, not getting that extra penalty that would see him off the podium there. The Ferraris down in P5 and P6, they've had a good day today. They've got themselves, well, they would have got themselves some decent points. They'd be the second highest placed team in terms of the Constructors' Championship. But like I keep saying, there's no points, not until next week when the season officially starts. So Pommy Alex has managed to keep Max behind, but we're going to come on to the final lap now. As are the Red Bulls going to have a little scrap? Are they going to show us some, put on a bit of a show, or are they just happy to sit there? Ghost has got a lot of VRS. Ghost very used to controlling a race and being at the front of a race. As AP gets himself past QBV into P11 there. Let's have a look. Are they still close together? Not quite as I can see. I don't know what happened there. QB must have had an incident. I don't know, he's way back on that time. QB's behind the McLaren and the Williams here. The Max looks like he's kept it clean, but Pommy Alex is starting to finally stretch away with it, but it's not going to be enough as Ghost and Sweeney cross the line. P1 and P2 for Red Bull. Pommy Alex is going to come through the third sector now. MX has kept it clean. He's kept that gap in these latter stages. So Pommy Alex is going to finish on track third, but Max is going to steal it on time penalties. Well, Max is going to round the final sector, the final corners of this circuit, and he's going to claim P5. As we come along, it looks like there's a bit of a fight going on back here as AP has crept up into the top 10 on time penalties. So well done, AP, for at least clawing that back. Just in and out of the room, couldn't concentrate. That's the final finisher for Faistus. Has a bit of a spin coming out of turn 12. He's going to be the final driver to cross the line. Coming through sector 3 now. No wing. As fast as he can, I suppose. And there we go, across the line. That is his race finish. Wow. That was a bit of a roller coaster, I've got to say, as Sweeney of course gets driver of the day, going from last second, proving that when he's let out of the commentary box he can tear it up on track as good as anyone else. Putting a good show in for the commentators. But Ghost, your race winner then, as he claims the trophy on the top step of the podium, with Max creeping in on penalties to take P3. Well done to him. Poor unfortunate races for a lot of drivers out there. Like I say, it's the nature of racing, but the saving grace is that there's no points. This is of course the final, what that of course was the final final pre-season race of APPF1 Tier 2, and that is your final that is the race standings as we close out the lobby with Ghost, Sweeney and Max making up your podium. Pommy Alex unfortunately not getting the himself on the podium, but getting my driver of the day. About as good as a pat on the back, I suppose. The Ferrari pair of Womax and Fizztech getting themselves P5 and 6, Zuba P7, Aaron P8, the Faistus P9, and AP after a horrible race managing to round off the top 10 there. Max getting himself P11, QB P12, Sonic P13, and I didn't have time to go through the rest of the grid. The pit lap 2 with damage. Yeah, it was a good race from you, Alex. Well done. That's why you've got my driver of the day there. You've you had a big comeback drivers on after that pit stop. It was incredible. But at least this time we got to see the end of the race, unlike in Belgium where my internet was playing up. But that was an incredible race. I really enjoyed that one. Perhaps I'm a little bit tired, so couldn't quite keep up with everything, but I hope I've done my best to show you all the action that has happened on track here for this final pre-season race of Tier 2. And what a season we're going to be looking forward to. We've still got 4 drivers left to confirm themselves a slot on the grid, so we're currently sat at 16 drivers as everyone starts filtering their way out of the lobby. Wow, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed. That has wrapped up Tier 2's pre-season. Of course, Tier 1's pre-season, that race is going to be coming to you on Friday, brought to you by Sweeney, of course, and a few of the drivers who will be recording there and streaming their perspectives, and of course the final pre-season Tier 2. You can check that out again from Sweeney, and also from myself and APPF1 and a lot of the other guys in the community. They will be streaming those races. Yeah, of course, thanks Sweeney. Thank you. I have been enjoying this. It's a pleasure to listen to you. Thank you, Max. Max Gamer. Awesome stuff. Right, that is going to do me for tonight then. I'm going to go rest my voice, have a bit of a chill, and well, get myself all excited to do this all over again next Tuesday, where we start the first race of the season. So I'm gonna shut up now. I have been Sumo. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe and all that jazz, and I will catch you guys on the next one. So for now.